All right, good morning. Still in our Memorial weekend, got 2 more days yet. I'm making my daily walk to the garden. And what's nice is we had a really good rain this morning, so I don't have to carry water out. Now let's take a look at the garden. You can see I got some grass popping back up. So I think I'm gonna make a trip. I've seen a kind of a deal online at Lowe's on a tiller, and I think it's worth getting one. So there's my food bucket pile. That's the same area I keep throwing it in, and what it'll do is it'll finally start decomposing, and that area of the soil will be really rich. So see how the tomatoes are doing. So it does look like all 6 plants are on the road to recovery. And what will happen with a real rain like this is, like, you get 2 sunny days and these plants will double in size. Now, earlier we were able to take a tractor ride while they were planting my field. And look, we got corn coming up. Corn, corn, corn. That good rain energized those seeds and they popped right up. So the whole deal with corn is it wants to be knee-high by the 4th of July. We shouldn't have any problem with that. So the garden looking good. Now maybe I'll sneak out to the pond. But we do have some varmints walking through here. So I'm going to have to start putting the Irish Spring soap out and around. It kind of keeps them away. So that'll probably be something I'll do later on today. Well, there's the old big oak tree. Well, it's getting bigger. So I planted this one in the year 2000. I bought it at the Big R store. I think that was the name of it at the time. It's changed names about 4 times since. And planted it. So I planted that one, and then that one all the way up in front. Let me zoom in on it. Right there. And that's a bur oak. This is easily twice as tall. And it really is probably because it's just better soil. But this is the one I have the chats underneath because it provides really nice shade. So when the summer's really hot, it's really comfortable under there. Now, I did get my mowing done before the rain came. So I'll sneak out. I don't anticipate seeing any turtles just because the sun's not out, and they would do that to heat themselves up. But I think we will get sunshine later on today. But who knows, maybe there'll be a duck or a heron or something like come and visit, because there is a lot of fish in here now. See. Oh, you see those dimples in the water? Those are the bluegills. So I had this dug once all the kids could swim. But I didn't want a pond on the property until I knew they'd be able to swim out of it if they actually went into it. Now, we don't swim in this pond. I really don't have it set up for it. But one of these days I might put a little dock right here so I can kind of walk out ahead of it. But as of right now, that's not a big priority. I just came up with a thought how I could do it. I could make it out of regular lumber, I could cut down and back. But I gotta talk to the neighbor first. So it's Sunday. Once again, we went out last night and had a good time. And I think today we're gonna stay towards the home front, although I will see if Mom wants to head out to Lowe's. I think a tiller would be a good investment, so I can get into this once that garden dries out and knock those weeds down before they get out of control. So anyway, I might as well go check the mail. I've been having a lot of activity on my Instagram. On my one lift of 425, I did post my lift 5 days later of 430. It's like no one's seeing that one. And it's funny because, you know, a lot of comments I get are, you know, oh, it's fake. There's no way. You're not big enough. And I think the video does not clearly state my size. I mean, I'm 6'4", just shy of 250 pounds. So I'm not a small guy. And I guess the misconception is they see what bodybuilders look like and how big and defined their muscles are. Well, they did that. They worked out to get that way. And they didn't get that way by benching 400 pounds. They got that way by benching 225 pounds for 1,000 reps. You know, they got that way by doing 15 sets of 20 per muscle group and spending about 5 to 6 hours in the gym, and then having their diet completely detailed to their needs. How much protein they need, how much carbs they need, how much, I mean, it's a science. It's one of the reasons why I'm not a bodybuilder. It's a lot of hard work. I mean, power lifters, we pick up heavy weights. That's what we do. Strongmen, they pick up the ground and trees and stuff. I'm really impressed with all three of the techniques out there. So when you see a bodybuilder, understand he lifted for size. When you see a power lifter, we lift for strength. And when you see a strongman, they lifted everything. So I don't have to have big arms to bench. It's a chest exercise. I have to have a big chest. I have to have big shoulders. Triceps are used at the end of the lift, and I've got some good triceps. So that's a misconception everybody has, is they think you have to have big arms to bench. No, you have to have big arms to curl. You have to have big arms to do skull crushers. All right. Even an overhead press is a shoulder exercise. So you have to have big shoulders. And I think once everybody starts to understand this, and that's just it. People make these comments because they don't understand. All right, a lot of them probably don't go in the gym. I had one young man comment, you ain't got no muscles. And I went and looked at his profile, because I do that. Before I respond back to anybody, I look at their profile and see what they're doing. Because I've got a neighbor coming by, and see if they're a private account. If they're a private account, they're probably just a troll. But if they're somebody who's in the gym, and most of the ones that are in the gym are bodybuilders, but a lot of them, they're not in the gym. And they're trying to point out muscles to me. Come on. Stop making a fool of yourself. If you see something online that you think maybe that's fake, do yourself a favor before you comment it. Go to that person's bio. A lot of times they will tell you that they compete here and they hold this record. And then you can go to openpowerlifting.org and you can find that person. And a guy go, hey, I just, competed and did my personal best and at this meet. And, I want to sit there and do even better next time. And I went to openpowerlifting.org and there he was. And there was the weight he said he did. And thankfully, he's in the next lighter weight class than me because he outbenched me. So that motivated me to step my game up. And I told him, great job. Instead of just going, oh no you didn't, you're too old. Dude, you know, it's because we're 60. Some of us are still strong. And the reason we are, well, a lot of us we were injury free, or we always recovered from injury. That has helped. But a lot of times it's just because we never stopped. I've heard too many people in the 50 age group and above that said, well, I just stopped because, you know, I was told it was bad for me. Well, you were told by somebody who doesn't do it. That's all there's to it. And you shouldn't have listened to them. All right, we got little Queen Bee here. We got Miss Banks going, I'm back, Daddy. Let me in the house. And then there's, the peppers are not quite big enough for me to transplant yet. And I'm trying to give those plants away, but I think I'm going to plant a few more once it dries out. Everyone, have a very happy and safe Memorial Day. And remember about the veterans who have paid the ultimate price, and also salute to our veterans who have served and are currently serving.